I have this parchment paper that I picked up. It's the Amazon Basics brand. And the reason I got it is because I used to have like long sheets of parchment paper that came on like the size of a sheet tray. And sometimes I only needed like a 9x9 or like a really specific size for parchment paper. So I decided to get parchment paper on a roll and sort of see what the difference would be. And this parchment paper specifically is 24 yards and it's 15 inches. So you can sort of get a sense of what it looks like in terms of all the dimensions here. And let's open it up together and then sort of get a sense of what you can expect. And I imagine, yeah, perfect. So it does come in a roll and it does have this like perforation or this like little razor here. So be careful, it gets pretty sharp, which it seems, but this is so you can easily slide the parchment paper directly off the roll, and then you can pick the exact size that you're looking for. So you can see, I'm gonna peel off a little bit, and you can see that looks like this. It's using the razor, it's using the little sharp edge on the actual container itself, and it does a really good job with the perforation. And you can see it even did a okay job with like creating this little texture. There we go. Creating this little like nice little texture. So this blade itself is pretty sharp. I imagine that if you use the whole roll, this blade potentially could dull a little bit, but at least for the first impression, the first use, it's pretty good. So this is 15 inches in length. So if you have a sheet tray that is about 15 inches, this will be perfect. And then you can pick your specific size that you're looking for. So for me, this is great because what I could do from looking for a 9x9 sheet, I could take a 16x9 kind of like section of parchment paper and fold it. Or what I can do is do a 16x16 and sort of like cut it in half, and then I can sort of have like two parchment paper sections for that 9x9 tray, but I will be shy a little bit of an inch. But anyway, the parchment paper itself, it's parchment paper. It looks like it's white and it's good. I mean, it's parchment paper. The other thing to know is I never really cared to look the temperature that you're supposed to use with parchment paper, because I guess in theory it can burn. On the box, it says that it only lasts it's oven safe up to 425 degrees. So make sure that if you're using parchment paper on your sheet tray or baking dish, that you're not exceeding 425 degrees. Personally, I might probably push it to 450. I don't really bake over that amount anyway. The other thing to know about parchment paper, it's not really specific to this brand, but parchment paper in general, is if the paper gets too close to the heating element on your oven, it has the potential to like actually burn that way, regardless of what the temperature is. So make sure when you lay this flat on your sheet tray that it's actually like flat. And then if it is sort of like up on the edges and it goes a lot higher than the pan itself, and especially if it's touching the heating element, if it's on the top rack of the oven, then you might sort of start to have some of your issues. But anyway, hope you found this quick walkthrough review of this parchment paper from Amazon Basics helpful, and thanks for watching.